roots for P of x into Q of x is equals to 0. So among those the first one A. For suppose P of x is equals to 0 is a quadratic and it has two roots. You just say them as alpha beta. Okay, alpha beta are the roots of P of x is equals to 0. And I have another expression, Q of x is equals to 0. If you say another quadratic and its roots are gamma delta. Okay, P of x is one quadratic, Q of x is another quadratic, its roots are alpha beta and its roots are gamma delta. Then roots of P of x into Q of x is equals to 0 or alpha, beta, gamma and delta. Is it right? Since we are searching for the roots for the product P of x into Q of x is equals to 0, either P of x is equals to 0 or Q of x is equals to 0. If P of x is equals to 0, then the roots are alpha, beta. If Q of x is equals to 0, then the roots are gamma, delta. At the end, for this product, the roots are alpha, beta, gamma, delta. Okay? And now our intention is to find the number of roots. And in particularly, number of roots in the sense, we need to find number of real roots for P of x into Q of x is equals to 0 without actual finding. For that, my next idea is B is just, see, P of x is equals to 0 is a quadratic and you say its discriminant is delta 1. What it is? Its discriminant. And for example, Q of x is equals to 0 is another quadratic and you just say its discriminant as delta 2. Now I have delta 1 and delta 2, the discriminants of the two different quadratic P of x and Q of x. See what we will say. If delta 1 plus delta 2 is greater than 0, then what we need to say? You just think about it. If delta 1 plus delta 2 greater than 0, then what will happen? If delta 1 plus delta 2 greater than 0, see, delta 1 is a number, delta 2 is a number, sum of two numbers is positive. Whenever it happens, you just think about it. See, delta 1 and delta 2 are two numbers, sum of those two numbers is positive. See, whenever it happens, that's our idea. See, we need to think about all different possibilities. If both are negative, then you will get that delta 1 plus delta 2 also negative. Okay? If both are negative, this is not possible. And that's why both negative case we need to eliminate. If both are positive, okay, then the sum is greater than 0, it is acceptable. If one is positive and one is negative, is also acceptable, because if one is positive, a larger number, see, if you observe the magnitude, if one value is larger positive value and the other value is somewhat smaller negative value, then again delta 1 plus delta 2 you will get as positive, right? For suppose if delta 1 is 10 and delta 2 is minus 2, if you add you will get a positive number, right? So my intention is, since delta 1 plus delta 2 is positive, greater than 0 means positive, sum of two numbers is positive. It happens only if either two are positive or at least one is positive. That in the sense, at least one of these two is positive. At least I am saying, at least one of these two is positive means one of these two is positive or both are positive, right? So if both are positive, then if both are positive, then these two equations have real roots. You know, the delta 1 positive, delta 2 positive, then it has real roots, the product has real roots. Whereas if one positive and one negative, one positive, for suppose if it is positive, it has two real roots, and the second one negative, so it has no real roots. So actually, if delta 1 and delta 2 positive, once again I will explain for you, okay? See, we have the possibilities both positive, one negative, both negative. We need to eliminate this case, okay? Why? Because if both negative, greater than 0 is not acceptable. The possibilities are these two. In this case, these two equations have real roots. In this case, one equation has real roots and the other equation has imaginary roots. At the end, I will conclude that if delta 1 plus delta 2 greater than 0, then, okay, then we say that this particular product has at least two real roots, because out of the four at least two are real. So that's why we say that if delta 1 and delta greater than 0, then p of x into q of x is equals to 0 has at least two real roots. Okay, so that's one possibility. So on the other case, if delta 1 plus delta 2 less than 0, what will happen? If delta 1 plus delta 2 less than 0, again you need to think about it. What will happen? See, again, in the same way you need to discuss. The summation is negative. That in the sense, both negative, acceptable, both positive, not acceptable, one positive, one negative. Sometimes it is also acceptable. Okay? That in the sense, at least one is positive. Okay? See, both negative is acceptable. One positive and one negative is also acceptable. Okay? Right. So, if one positive, one negative, it may have two real roots. Okay? If both negative, it won't have a real roots. That in the sense, at most two real roots. Okay? We don't know how many roots are there, but we say that at most two real roots. Okay? Sometimes it has two real roots, sometimes it has zero real roots. Okay? So, and that's why if delta 1 plus delta 2 less than 0, we say that this product is equals to 0 has at most two real roots. Okay? And the next case, if delta 1 into delta 2 greater than 0, just think about it. See, the product is positive now. Since the product is positive, either both are positive, either both are negative. That means if both are positive, this product has 4 real roots. If both are negative, this product has no real roots. Then your choices are 0 or 4 real roots. Okay? As per the option, that as per the situation, sometimes the product has no real roots, sometimes the product has 4 real roots. And the last possibility is delta 1 into delta 2 less than 0. See, since delta 1 into delta 2 less than 0, in the sense, for sure one is positive and one is negative. Since for sure one is positive, it has exactly two real roots. Okay? How many real roots it has? Exactly two real roots. Okay? Once again, just think about it. What I am going to tell you is, if I have two quadratic, okay, specifically p of x is equals to 0 and q of x is equals to 0, then now we are searching for the number of real roots for p of x into q of x is equals to 0. Since we are searching for the number of real roots, yeah. See, for the first equation, if the roots are alpha, beta, and for the second equation, gamma, delta, this product has 4 real roots, alpha, beta, gamma, delta. Okay, maybe real, may not be real. If these are the roots, then these are the roots for the product. Now we are searching for the number of real roots among these 4. So to find the number of real roots, we need to concentrate on delta 1 and delta 2. If the sum is positive, so both are positive or one is positive. That means it has at least 2 real roots. If the sum is negative, both are negative or one positive, one negative. That in the sense it has at most 2 real roots. If the product is positive, both positive or both negative. So both positive means 4 real roots, both negative means 0 real roots. So it has two options, either 0 or 4 real roots. If the product is negative, either exactly one positive and one negative will happen. That in the sense exactly it has 2 real roots. Okay, just have a look. This is one particular situation. Okay, and we will have different problems related to this. I will give you one problem based on that. You just think about it. We need to find the number of real roots for a problem I will give you here. Yeah. See, number of real roots for ax square plus bx plus c into minus ax square plus dx plus c is equals to 0. Okay. We need to find the number of real roots for this product. So what is our idea? So how to find the number of real roots for this product? Since both are quadratic, we need to find out the number of real roots based on the discriminants of those quadratic. So what you say about the discriminant of the first equation? See, this is the first quadratic like p of x. This is second quadratic like q of x. So delta 1 is what? Delta 1 is the discriminant of the first equation. You say it as b square minus 4ac. and delta 2 is the discriminant of the second equation. You just try to find it. Delta 2 instead of d I have d, so d square minus 4ac, but instead of a I have minus a, so we will get that d square plus 4ac. And now if you add, what will happen? Delta 1 plus delta 2 is equals to minus 4ac and plus 4ac will get cancelled. You will get that a square plus d square. And we are very familiar with this a square plus d square. Always this particular product a square plus d square is positive. And since a square plus d square is always positive, delta 1 plus delta 2 greater than 0 happens. See, since delta 1 plus delta 2 greater than 0, then this particular product has at least 2 real roots. Okay, either 2 real roots or 4 real roots will happen. So we conclude that at least 2 real roots are there for this particular equation. For this particular equation of the form p of x into q of x is equals to 0. Okay, just have a look. The discriminant of the quadratic equation will help also in this form to find the number of roots for the equations of the form p of x into q of x is equals to 0. So once again, everybody just pay attention on these words, at least 2 real roots and then at most 2 real roots. Okay, at least 2 real roots means in this case the equation have either 2 real roots or 4 real roots, but 2 is guaranteed, and that's why we say that at least 2 real roots. And in this case the equation has at most 2 real roots. Why? Because in this possibility the equation has either 2 real roots or 0 real roots, but so that's why we say that at most 2 real roots. Okay, in this case 2 or 4, so we say at least 2. In this case 2 or 0, that's why we say at most 2. Okay, so according to the options we need to choose, right? According to the options we need to decide the number of real roots for those equations of the form. So to find the number of real roots for this product is equals to 0. So instead of 2, now I have 3 quadratic expressions and their product. So you just calculate discriminants for each and every one. Delta 1 is discriminant of first quadratic, delta 2 is the discriminant of second quadratic. You just say delta 3 as discriminant of third quadratic. So when you calculate the discriminant is equals to, see, always you just memorize that if the equation is ax square plus bx plus c is equals to 0, its discriminant is simply nothing but the value of b square minus 4ac. Okay, b is x coefficient, a and c are the coefficient of x square and the constant. Here in particular x coefficient is a here. In this problem it is a. So the discriminant is simply a square minus 4 into x square coefficient is 1 and the constant term is minus 3b. And on simplification you have it as a square plus 12b. Okay, then what you say about the discriminant of the second equation? See, x square minus cx plus b. This is x square term, this is x term and this is constant term. And here x coefficient is minus c. So to calculate the discriminant, minus c square minus 4 into x square coefficient is 1 and then constant is b. So on simplification you have it as c square minus 4b. Okay. Now the third one, delta 3, discriminant of the third equation. Here x coefficient is minus d. So minus d whole square minus 4 into x square coefficient is 1 and the constant is 2b. So when you simplify it, you will read as d square minus 4 2 is 8, 8b. So delta 1 is a square plus 12b, delta 2 is c square minus 4b, delta 3 is d square minus 8b. Now we need to find out the number of real roots, okay, or at least you need to say at least the number of at least real roots or at most real roots. In those ways you need to say, okay. Now you just find out delta 1 plus delta 2 plus delta 3. If you add these three, what will happen? That's our idea first, okay. Here I am doing delta 1 plus delta 2 plus delta 3. If you found, what will happen? You just look there. See, a square plus 12b, c square minus 4b, d square minus 8b. We are going to add these three. Since we are going to add these three, 12b minus 4b minus 8b, on simplification it is no b, okay, minus 12b plus 12b. Then you left with what? Then you left with a square plus c square plus d square. So the summation is a square plus d square plus c square, which is greater than 0 always. That means delta 1 plus delta 2 plus delta 3 is always positive. Whenever it is positive, there are different possibilities. All three positive, then it happens. Two positive, one negative, then it happens. Any one positive and two negative, then also there is a chance to get that the sum as greater than 0. That means at least one is positive. Since at least one is positive, then in this case we say that this equation also has at least two real roots. We are guaranteed for 2 but not sure about more. Okay, see, this equation may have 2 real roots or 4 real roots or 6 real roots, but at least 2 are guaranteed, and that's why we say that this product also has at least 2 real roots. So we need to answer these type of questions just by calculating the discriminants and by adding. After adding, you just think about that delta 1 plus delta 2 greater than 0 or delta 1 plus delta 2 plus delta 3 greater than 0, and after we will decide the number of real roots. Okay, just have a look.